Hi guys, welcome to Code Artisan Lab. This is video number 40 for multi-vendor e-commerce website in Django with ReactJs. In this video, we are going to talk about the customer panel and we will start from the login, right? In the last video, we have worked on the product demo URL in which we are setting the demo URL, right? From the backend, from the API, and then we are showing, we are implemented this at this button, right? So sorry, I have choose the customer panel because I just want to complete the customer panel first, then we will come to the vendor panel, because currently we can add the product from the admin also. So let's complete the customer panel and let's see. So the first thing we need to do, we will apply the login, right? So suppose we have any user. Let me show you the flow. So if I go to the admin, right, and we will create you from user here, right, and then we will with the help of API we will try to log in here, and we will set the password in the browser. We will set the data in the browser so that if we will check that if user is logged in, then we will do the further request. We will not show the login page or login link, right? So these things we are going to implement, right? So first of all, let's start with the let's start to submit the form and send data to the server, right? So I will go to the login page here, right? So we don't need this link because it, so visual code saying that this is not we are using, so we are not going to use this also. So I will just remove this, right? And then I will define some few things like name. Let's say name equal to username, and not this one, but on the input. I hope the visibility is okay. uh, this is okay, right? So username, and then we have password, right? And name and password, okay. And one more thing, so let's start the React work here. So the first thing is on change. On change we will say input handler, right, and define here, right? Okay, so let's create the input handler. So arrow, we will create the arrow function, right? So this is the input handler. Now what we will set when something is on change, so let's create a constant. We will use the hook use state, so that whenever we update anything, then it will save the value in that state, right? So use state, okay. So use state, so we will use, so the first thing is login form data, set login form data, use state, and this will be object, right? So what's the object is username by default empty, and password by default empty, right? So this is our variable, and we can update this value with the help of this variable, right? So login form, so whenever we change the value, it should be update here. So I will say login form dot username, okay, and then here, okay. So now whenever we change this, whenever we call this input handler, right, so what it should do, it should set state, and what it should do, it should login form data. So we will use the spread operator, and then we will say here we will get the context of that input, and we will say event dot target dot name, and then event dot target dot value, right? So this is the thing. So what it will do, this spread operator will merge this array, right? So uh, every time it will get the same key, so every time it will update the object, right? So now let's okay, so let's close this, and also let's check the values. Let's check the updated values, right? So let's go to login form. Here I will open the 12 f12, and then I will say this one. Here you can see that every time I pass something, oh, I think we have username. It should not be username, it should be password, right? So every time we are adding here, let's say lx1, and then password is 12345 6. So here you can see that, right? So this is working. So on change the input handler, we are getting the data. Now on click here, on click, let's say uh, button, we'll say submit handler, right? And then in the submit handler we will do the same thing. We will not do the same thing, we will actually I will show you that what we will do, right? So first of all we will use the variable form data equal to new. We will send as a form data to the server, so that I have created this, and in this form data we will add form data dot append. The first argument will be the name of the value, and the second argument will be login form data dot username. It means our updated value, right? So here, right? So this is submit handler. So whenever we submit this, it should show the form, it should show the value. So lx156. So click, oh, it should be input type button. If it's submit and it is in the form, then it will submit the data with the whatever the method defined in the get, right? So but we are not going to load the image. So here when we click here, so it is saying username and password, right? Now sorry, uh everything is working, but I want to disable this button until both field are fields, both fields are filled, right? So what I will do, I will say disabled equal to not button enable. So disabled equal to false if this button enable equal to false, right? So let's see. So what I will do here, constant button enabled, and then I will say I will define double condition here. And what are the conditions? If username not equal to empty and password not equal to empty, then it will return true, right? So here you can see that now this button is disabled. So I will write here something, and you will write here, and then it will be enabled, right? So we have added the condition here. So our front end work is done. Now we need to submit this data. We need to submit this data to the backend, and then we will reward this, right? So let's start to submit this. So we need a uh, if we were working on the uh, normal PHP or Django or normal without React, then we will use jQuery Ajax. And here we need to use the HTTP client, so I will use Axios, right? So you can install Axios, npm install Axios with the command, or you can check the documentation also. So Axios is a good third party thing to call the HTTP. Okay, so what I will say, Axios dot post, first thing is URL, second thing is form data, right? And then third thing is response. So let's check this. So what it will say, Axios HTTP client, right? Post request, here we are. So URL and the form data, and then we need to use this thing. Sorry. Okay, so response, right? And form data, what it will be, let's define constant okay, fine, let's define constant base URL equal to what is the base URL of the API, this one, get it? Okay, then base URL here, and oh sorry, this could be this thing. So let's define this way. So base URL, and then we will define the URL customer slash login, right? So we don't need this slash, customer login. Okay, so let's define this URL. So what I will say here, customer login, and let's define this customer login name equal to customer login. Right now let's create this function. So after the customer serializer, we will say definition customer login request, and let's say, so whenever we use the post request in the Django, it should have the CSRF token. Now we are not sending any CSRF token from the React. So what we will assume the CSRF token, right? So what I will do, so from Django dot views dot decorators dot CSRF import CSRF exempt, right? And here we will use this decorator, and then we will return response. So we will say JSON, we will say response equal to, we need to return the JSON response. So what I will do here, from Django dot http import JSON response, right? So JSON response, and this will be message, and message equal to let's say boolean true, right? Let's return this, and we will also say that if request dot is ajax, then only we will return something, right? And we will also return post data. Let's return the posted data, right? Let's use this. So when we are submit this, then it should okay, so let's see. So we have login. Okay, so first of all we need to create the user. So users, what it is doing, not sure. Parenthesis not match. Oh, where? Here. All right, so refresh. So I have created a user customer. Okay, let's change the password. PC 8123. Okay, let's change the password. So let's go here. Oh, what is the username? Customer one, and password is this. Okay, so when we click here, let's go to network, let's go to 500 response. Oh, it should be end with the slash. Sure, good. So submit. Okay, okay, it's not accepting the is ajax request. Okay, so what we will do, we will just simply send this. Okay, sorry for the dog barking. Submit request. Here you can see the post is sending the data. Okay, now the data here coming. So what we will do, let's extract the data from the request. So request dot post dot get username, right? And let's say password. Now we need to remember that Django save the password in the hash format, right? So we need to make the password in the hash. So what we will do, make password Django. We need to apply this make password, then we can match, right? So where we are, make password. Mm, so let's check make password. Here we are, the make password function. So from Django contrib auth hashers import make password. So go to views here. Okay, and then from Django dot contrib dot auth dot hashers import make password, right? So now if we go here, h password equal to this make password, and let's make it password. Now let's check the user. So user equal to where is the user model? Let's check the customer model. I think it should be customer model. Oh yes, no, actually it should be user model. So so user. Okay, so let's where is that? Okay, so here we have a Django one more function, user authenticate, actually login authentication in Django. So here we are, and let's say login user login authenticate. What is the function? Hmm. Okay, so let's use this authenticate function. First of all, we need to import that function, and we don't need this make password actually, because authenticate function will do that. So contrib dot auth, we will say authenticate, and in this authenticate function we need to pass two things, username and password, right? So first of all, username, you can also match with the user model, but this is convenient and easy method, and as well as the standard. So password equal to this, and here we will say if user, it means if user exists, then we will say, we will define this bool equal to true and user, and we will pass the user dot username, right? Else we will pass false, and then we will pass here the message invalid username or password, right? And we are passing the message here. So login, and then it will show the response. Let's see. Sometimes we take help, but it's fine. So password, okay, so let's see, click 2000 and bool true, and response is this, right? Now we are getting the response. So what we will say here, suppose we are, okay, so response is bool and true, okay. So we will say one more thing. Where is that? And let's say mm, message submit button, okay. So we will say error, and or you can say form error, form error. Then we will show this class text danger, and here we will show the form error, actually error message, right? Dot boolean, yeah, this is fine. Okay, so error message will be let's define here constant form error set form error equal to use state false, okay, right? And then we have another one, let's say error message, and we will set error message, and it will be empty by default, right? But if we face any kind of if response dot bool equal to false, then we will set form error true, right? And then set error message will be response dot message, right? So here we are. Let's say this one submit. What it is submitting, where it is form error. If not form error, why this is not showing here? Text danger error message, set error message, set error message, response dot message, and here we are setting the message. Is it returning something or not? Submit message msg. Okay, yeah, this is fine. So this is not taking here. Set error message. If form error equal to true, if not form error, okay, not error message. No, it's not showing. Form error false. I think this is not. Just 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Submit boolean equal to false. Submit. Why this is not showing here? I just want to check this error form error and error message. Form error message. Okay, let's see. Submit empty string. Every time it's empty string. Submit. Okay, if I console this response, what it will be done? Oh my god, sorry guys. Okay, now it should be this one. Okay, submit, right, working. So let's put this at the top. here, right? Don't save. And abc, oh no, so customer 1 abc 123, and if we submit, okay, so what it is saying, username is this, true, customer is this, and we make this false, and we need to remove this, submit, right? So after submitting this, so we are using the login, and now it's going to API, and then it is checking that username is exist or not. If username is exist, then we will store this username in the local storage, right? So here, okay, so what we will say, set uh, set local storage in JS, let's say set item, no, not local storage, okay, so local storage set item and get item. All right, so it will be local storage dot set item, we'll say customer username first one, and then we will use the data dot username, and we will also set customer login true, right? And local storage, let's say get item and get item will be, let's say, customer login, right? So let's go here, and customer 1, okay, and submit, so it is returning true. Okay, and let's say check customer, so if check customer, then we will window dot location dot href slash customer let's say constant customer dashboard, what it is, dashboard, so customer dashboard, so if we go to the login, it will redirect to customer dashboard, right? So we have successfully implemented the customer login, right? Here one thing that we are missing, this function should be in the context, I mean everywhere, this function should be everywhere, and uh, it's not like we need to add everywhere, but it should be one place, and it should be accessible from all the components. So we will use the context API of the React, but in the next video, right? So we have successfully implemented the customer login functionality. So in the next video we will implement that context API, and we will also use the customer register panel, right? And then we can implement this all add to cart, buy now, and wish list, right? So thank you so much for watching the video. Let's meet in the next video. Thank you so much. And also please share, subscribe, like this channel. I know I'm uploading videos some late, but I'm trying my best to upload as soon as possible. And you can download all the projects from projectsplaza.com. I'm uploading everything there. So what you need to do, you need to just purchase this, and if you find any difficulty, just send me the email and I will try to give you the source code, right? So this is also very helpful for me. And yeah, thank you so much. Keep supporting me. Thank you.